Pasta is always on trend, and today we learn a vegan recipe using only 2 ingredients. We mastered my favorite 4 shapes as I reveal the secrets to the perfect pasta dough, showing you how to knead, twist, shape and cook it to perfection, with a bonus recipe for a unique pasta dessert. Welcome back to MENSCH, Tomaso here. Before we get our hands dirty, let's choose the right flour. Wheat flour is the best one when it comes to pasta making. But to avoid confusion, let's identify some common suggestions you might find when you search for pasta recipes. So, is it 00 or semola di grano duro? For classic egg pasta, 00 flour is recommended. Super thin, very finely milled, makes a smooth pasta. But all-purpose flour can be a substitute if you don't find it. The dough that we're making today is called pasta Bianca, or literally white pasta. It's the way we commonly do it in Sardinia, my home country. And the flour we use is the semola di grano duro, also called semolina here in the UK. As you can see, it has a different color and a coarser texture than a 00. It's typically used for making pasta because its high protein content helps pasta hold its shape and gives it a firm texture. But is a semola di grano duro durum wheat flour? Well, not really. These terms are sometimes used interchangeably, especially in non-Italian speaking countries, where the distinction between the coarseness of the grind might not be as strictly observed, and pasta purists aren't a thing. However, in Italy the distinction is important because the texture of the semola is crucial to the texture of the pasta. But let's carry on with the recipe, shall we? Let's use this plate of semola di grano duro flour, place it on our working bench and create a crater in the middle. Now use half of the weight of flour and water and a few pinches of salt. Start mixing slowly with a fork and get the most of the flour combined. Mix your water slowly, taking flour from the edges with a fork. Continue mixing with a bread spatula, bench scraper or just with your hands if you don't mind getting sticky. When the semola is all combined, start kneading energetically using the palm of your hand, going all the way down, turning and folding. Do so for about 10 to 15 minutes until the semola is all absorbed and you have a smooth, sexy dough. It needs to be soft but firm and not too sticky, a play-doh looking kinda thin. Cover it with a wet cloth and let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes before shaping. The first process to create our handmade pasta is to shape the pasta dough into rolls, using our whole hands to roll the dough on a surface. Gently move your hands apart without pulling too hard to avoid tearing the dough. Apply a bit of pressure downwards and make smooth, even rolling motions to stretch the dough into longer rope-like shapes. Now, the first shape we're making is of course gnocchetti sardi or malloreddus. This traditional pasta shape is from Sardinia, my home country. They are small, shell-shaped pasta with a rich surface, resembling tiny gnocchi, hence the name of gnocchetti. The ridges help them catch and hold onto sauces, and definitely one of my favorite pasta. The way we make them is to cut our ropes into tiny pieces of dough, and press and roll each piece against the gnocchi board using our tongue. But before we move to the other pasta, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you like what you see. Second shape we have is trofie from Liguria. It's a short, thin and twisted pasta shape, resembling small, tight curls or corkscrews. It's traditionally served with pesto sauce, particularly pesto alla genovese. They're similar to strozzapreti, which comes from the Emilia-Romagna and Tuscany region of Italy. The name translates to price choker or price strangler, but they are a bit longer than trofie with a twisted shape that's more elongated and irregular. To make a trofie, start by pinching off small pieces of dough, roughly the size of a coin. Roll these, then take a bench scraper and use its edge to roll and press against each piece of dough, creating a simple twist. The shape should resemble a car, not a full spiral, which gives the trofie the characteristic appearance. Trofie requires a bit of a technique, but you can also flick them with your fingers to create a classic twist shape, just like so. The third pasta shape that I love is a pasta lunga or long pasta, and it's a tagliolini, which is a type of pasta similar to tagliatelle but thinner. It's not essential and you could manage to make this pasta without a pasta machine, but I love using my vintage Imperia gifted by my family long time ago. Prepare your pasta dough and roll it out into thin sheets, aiming for the same thickness you would for tagliatelle. These sheets should be almost translucent. The second stop of my pasta machine works perfectly for me. Lightly dust the pasta sheets with some semolina to prevent sticking. This is referred to a bench flour. Gently roll the flour pasta sheet into a loose flat cylinder. With a sharp knife or a bench scraper, cut the rolled pasta into narrow strips. Tagliolini are typically about 2 to 3 mm wide, which is narrower than tagliatelle. Now unroll the cut strips to reveal your long slender noodles. Tagliolini is a delicate pasta that cooks quickly, and it's often served with light sauces. It's important not to cut the pasta too thick, as it would result in a different pasta shape entirely. The fourth pasta that I love is a filled pasta, and I didn't want to pick and choose a regional one, so I went for a generic one, called sacchetti. Also known as fagottini, which means little sacks or little bundles in Italian, they are so fun to make and to eat. Begin with the squares of pasta dough. The size of the squares can vary depending on how large you want your sacchetti to be. So, place a small amount of filling in the center of each pasta square. Bring the two opposite corners of the square together over the top of the filling and pinch them to seal. Take the remaining two corners and bring them to meet the pinched corners above the filling. Gently press along the edges to seal the pasta, forming a pyramid-like shape. Sacchetti can vary in shape and size, sometimes looking more like wrap parcels. They are similar to certain types of dim sum and reflect the shared history of pasta shapes between Italian and Chinese cuisine. Once you form your sacchetti, they can be cooked in boiling water until they float to the surface, indicating they are done. What I'm going to do instead is to fry these. Yes, you heard it right. Called culungione de Marianni, another typical dessert from Sardinia. They are perfect for every occasion, offer a naughty vegan treat to your table. Remember that with just a few simple ingredients and techniques, you can create infinite combinations and dishes. So if you enjoyed this pasta journey, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe for more. See you next time.